this is hole number 3. We judged this hole as an agricultural site today. The parent material on this particular pit, we went ahead and put it on the site card because it wasn't quite as evident as the number 1 hole that we had today. It's pretty much the same material, it's just the silty material is buried deeper in the profile. So the parent material on this pit today is, once again, this is the lacustrine or outwash deposit. Once again, you've got this really heavy clay that's settled out at the bottom of the ancient lake that was here. And then once again, we see a bunch of carbonates coming in the lower part of that. So those are a couple of good indications of parent material of lacustrine. The slope on this one was 0 to 2%. That makes the landform an outwash or lacustrine flat. We made sure to circle flat on the site card, so hopefully everybody got that one. Put those two things together. The surface color here, once again, is brownish. It's pretty brown. Kind of in the shadow a little bit here, but it's pretty much what we would consider about a Timoir 4-3 color. So let's write that check. So brown surface. The erosion on this one is none to slight. Once again, we've got a really nice brown surface here down to about the 9 to 10 inch layer. So you can see the break between the topsoil and the subsoil, kind of right in that 10 inch layer depth. Surface texture on this one was a silt loam, and you kind of seen how I've messed around with it a little bit there. It's very silty, it's very flowery feeling, and it dries out really powdery. So it's a silt loam that makes that a medium surface. The subsoil on this one was really close. So the heaviest material is here in the 20 inch layer, and that's where we got the material in the buckets. But since it was really close to the break between moderately clayey and clayey, we just gave you clayey on the card. So it's very, very close to the break between a silty clay loam and a silty clay. So it was a clayey subsoil. The natural soil drainage on this one, so we're looking at that 10 to 18 inch layer once again. So we're looking in here, and it looks like this is one of those where you kind of have to look at the outside of the pad, which is all these clay films that you see in here, and then versus the inside of the pad, which is the area that is shaved in here. So all the little black stuff is iron and manganese concretions. But you can see that there's quite a bit of brown in here with the gray colors kind of patched in on top of it. So since we have what we would consider mostly brown in this layer with gray colors on it or in it, then we're going to call this profile somewhat poorly drained today. So it's dominantly about a Timoir 5-3 color with some 5-1s and 4-1 clay films down here a little bit deeper. So somewhat poorly drained at the 10 to 18 inch layer. The limiting layer on this one, even though we put carbonates above 40 on this one, there is no limiting layer in this particular profile that we're seeing here today. So this is one of those oddballs that we actually have carbonates, but they do not equate to a limiting layer in this part of the world. So, and that is hole number 3.